Hello YouTube, this is Callum from EnglishShooting and welcome to the first of my top 5 videos. And I thought I'd start this series off with a question that I think gets asked a hell of a lot at the moment, which is what is the best practical shotgun out there? This is the best sort of shotgun for 3-gun and multi-gun competitions. Now I thought I would narrow it down slightly and for this top 5 just focus on standard division tube-fed semi-automatic shotguns, as there's a variety of different pumps, box-fed, semi-autos out there, and I thought I'd treat those separately. Now moving in to the actual top 5, coming in at number 5 is the Winchester SX3, specifically the Raniero Tessa. I think that's how it's pronounced anyway. It's the red performance version. It currently holds the world record for the fastest semi-automatic out there. It comes in 12 shot if you get the red version, the special version, but it does cost upwards of £1,200, and this Winchester SX3 isn't specifically for practical shotgun, so it's a very expensive option for something that isn't actually made for the task you want to use it for, and you're going to have to put more money in. £1,200, I think the red version's just a little bit too much compared to others on the list. If you're looking for a cheaper alternative, if you really do like the SX3, you can get the Super SX3, the standard version, for under £900. It does come as a 4+1 as standard, so you would have to go out and buy a tube, but you're going to save a reasonable amount of money over the red performance version. Now, number 4, moving into the actual honed in practical shotgun, comes the Mossberg 930 JM Pro. Now this has made a lot of noise within the multi-gun and 3-gun practical shotgun world because obviously it's Jerry Michalak's shotgun and it's incredibly good value for money. It is sold as an out-of-the-box multi-gun shotgun. It comes in at £700, so it's one of the cheapest out-of-the-box multi-gun shotguns out there. It comes as 10-shot standard, so you really are ready to go. And as they say, it's made to Jerry Michalak's specifications. However, when you look at Jerry Michalak shooting his, you cannot recognise it. It's so tricked out and so different to the one you can buy off the shelf. I can't really see how they can say it's made to his specifications because he doesn't use that gun in those specifications. It's a gas-driven system. It's also got one of the best charging handles I've seen on any standard 3-gun multi-gun shotgun. It does seem to have some reliability issues though, so although you get away from the inertia issues, it seems to have these issues, and there seems to be quite a few of them. Easily solved, but I think actually that's probably why it's at the £700 mark. It's not a fancy shotgun, it's not there to be really refined and upmarket. It's meant to be a quick solution, a 700 quid shotgun that gets you out, all tricked out, ready to do practical shotgun and multi-gun competitions. So that's why it's at number 4. I just don't think actually it's as refined as the others in the list. So next on the list is the Stoeger M3000, and specifically the M3K 3-gun competition model. This is also at £700, so it's a direct competitor to the Mossberg 930 JM Pro, and the reason it's pipped it for me is that it just seems to be a little bit more refined. They've just paid a little bit more attention to detail, you know, smooth those rough edges, and they've made something that seems to be very reliable and actually one of the best out of the box and actually, you know, close to as can be ready to go shotguns there is, and they do sell it as out of the box and into the match. I do find this a bit funny as it does come with a 4+1 standard tube capacity. I would have liked to have seen at least 10. I think that's what most people at bare minimum would run for standard division shotguns, but you can easily get a extended tube for it, so it's not a big deal. It is inertia driven just like the Benelli, and on that point Stoeger is actually made by Benelli and the Beretta family. So Beretta Holdings own Benelli obviously, well they also own Stoeger. So I look at this like you're getting a Tikka. Yes, it's not a Seiko, it's not a Benelli, it's not a Beretta, but it's made by the same people and you're getting trickles of that quality for the money, and it's an incredibly good price. And for me, for 700 quid, I would pick the Stoger over the Mossberg, and that's why it's number 3. Now, before moving on to number 2, because number 2 and number 1 are going to give the, I think, biggest arguments here, I do want to remind you guys that this is only my opinion, and I did a hell of a lot of research before buying my practical shotgun, which was the 1301, and in my mind I wanted to get the best one out there, and I didn't let price be a factor because I could always save up a bit more if I ended up choosing the most expensive, but I wanted what I deemed was the best gun out there. And for me, skipping ahead a little bit, that is the 1301, and it puts the Benelli M2 down in number 2. Now, I cannot argue that the Benelli M2 is one of the most proven 3-gun shotguns out there. It's used by, I think, the majority of practical shooters. It's the go-to gun, and I cannot argue against that. They are very well proven. However, there's 2 things that have always niggled me. There is the cost, and although I didn't want cost to be an option for the 1301, and I would have happily have paid the extra for Benelli if I thought it was better, they are a lot more money. You're looking £1,250 for the basic model M2, whereas I was paying £1,100 for the 1301. When you start looking at the Performance Shop M2 3-gun edition, I couldn't find an exact price, but you're going to be looking upwards of £1,400, and then everybody likes to tinker with them. Everyone likes to send them away and have things opened up and smoothed down and extended. So you're going to be looking sort of £1,500–1,600 quite easily. And also, I've seen a lot of issues with them down clubs. Yes, they are very reliable guns, but if you don't shoot them correctly, the inertia-driven system can cause you difficulties. Now, I don't shoot the 1301 properly, and that's why I have to use 32-gram loads, but I think that problem would be amplified if I had a Benelli. So just because of the price and because of the difficulties that I've seen people have with them, for me it hits the number 2 spot. So I've already spoiled it, but for me the number 1 3-gun multi-gun shotgun out there at the moment is the Beretta 1301 Competition, the gun that I own for multi-gun. As I said, it's around the £1,100 mark, and it can come in a 5+1 configuration, but you can get an extender, and then you get the 10-round capacity of 9+1. It's a gas-driven system. It does need to be cleaned. If you let it get all gunked up, it will start to give you problems. So it is higher maintenance than I think than the Benelli, but for me it is the best out of the box 3-gun shotgun. Now, I know a lot of people will argue the fact that there's no gun out there that you can buy out of the box that is ready. I would argue heavily against that with a 1301. I ended up winning in the 2-gun division the first 3-gun competition held in the UK with a 1301 completely unmodified. I think the only thing I had was the low drag follower from Nordic. Everything else completely standard. It's just a dream to shoot out of the box. So guys, there you have it, my top 5 semi-automatic shotguns for standard division in practical shooting, 3-gun and multi-gun competitions. Let me know what you think of my choices, whether you agree, disagree. Put your opinions in the comment section below, and let me know what you think of the top 5 format. Would you like me to do more videos? I have a few topics in mind, but if there's one in particular you would like me to cover, let me know in the comment section below. If you watch the videos regularly and haven't subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe button, share the video, like it, give it that thumbs up. Thank you very much for watching the video. I really hope you've enjoyed it, and as always, I hope to see you soon. It's just absolutely incredible, and it takes it all day long. Now, you will know that this gun is